Hello, greetings, this is GokuFievel, and now comes the moment you've all been waiting for, my opinion about Toonami's brief comeback on April 1st, 2012, and the severe rumors all over the internet that Toonami may indeed be making a comeback. Thanks to you. Well, first of all, since I know this is already all over YouTube and all over That Guy with the Glasses, and of course Mars Girl had already beat me to it again, talking about something anime-related, newsworthy, I should say. And everybody on YouTube's already been telling their stories about how they found out Toonami came back on, and so on. Well, I guess it's only fair that I tell you what happened to me 2 weeks ago. I was actually at work when it happened. I was at, when I was saying, what do you mean you were at work? Oh, on a Saturday night? It's like, yeah. In fact, I told you guys this. Toonami really actually truly died for me in 2003, 2004, whenever they moved Toonami from weekdays to Saturday nights, because to be perfectly honest, that was a bad time for me because I work every Saturday night. And so I was unable to watch Toonami on Saturdays, so I stopped watching Toonami every single day when they stopped airing it Monday through Fridays. I had no choice. I couldn't watch it. I could record some of it. But anyway, I was at work when Toonami came back on, and yes, even that late at night, I was working until 1 in the morning. My closing supervisor, my closing manager, who is also an anime fan, and he's a die-hard Bleach fan. In fact, I believe he's also one of the people who got me into Bleach 2.5, 3 years ago. Anyway, I was, doing dishes, finishing up closing, when he turned on the TV. He was trying to look for Bleach to watch the new episode, and that's when he told me, hey dude, Toonami's back on. I'm figuring, okay, yeah, whatever, April Fool's joke. I thought it was coming from him, but lo and behold, there it is. There's Tom. And I'm going like, at first I was kind of confused. To be perfectly honest, I thought it was kind of a glitch on Cartoon Network's behalf. I thought, wow, they must have accidentally grabbed the wrong CD or something and put it on, because we then pushed a button to show what was supposed to be on. It said Full Metal Alchemist was supposed to be on, but Dragon Ball Z was on. I was like, at first I figured, okay, someone at Cartoon Network really screwed up by putting in the wrong tape or whatever. But then I realized, oh yeah, April 1st. It's April. At first I thought, okay, it's just an April Fool's gag or whatever. That all changed when Tom, that moment, as many of you have pointed out, when you actually saw Tom walk through those doorways again, and it was the real Tom, not that crappy Tom they had last time that looked all funky and you could see his face, the Thomas the Train Engine Tom, but the real Tom. And there he is, and then just a rush of emotions come back to you all of a sudden. It's like it was resurrected. And then Tom did a review of Mass Effect 3, and I was, wait a minute, this is a new game. And that's what... Holy crap, if they went through the trouble of rehiring Steve Bloom to do a voiceover for this, they're doing the CGI and everything, and then Tom does a review of, Tenchi Muyo and some other thing, and then he swore. Remember, he said kick ass, and he actually said the word bitches. And I was like, whoa, if they're going the extra mile, they wouldn't go this far for an April Fool's joke, I'm thinking to myself. So when I noticed that and I thought about that, it's like, they would not have rehired. I mean, if this was just a one-day April Fool's gag, why rehire Steve Bloom to do the voiceovers, to have the CGI move around like that, to do the Mass Effect 3 reviews, and so on? And that's when it hit me. This has got to be a sign of things to come. Now, let me finish my Toonami story here. Naturally, me and my closing manager are stunned and shocked by this, that, holy crap, Toonami's back on. But as I told you, you'd think I'd be in a hurry to get home, but there's a problem. I told you guys this. In fact, this was one of my very first YouTube videos. When Toonami was canceled and pulled off the air, the very first thing I did was cancel my cable. I took away my cable, took away my satellite. No, sorry, Bob, they're not getting my money, and so on. But, so I couldn't go home to watch it because I didn't have cable. So, and I guess my manager, closing supervisor, didn't have it either. So get a load of this. After we were done with all of our closing procedures and so on, me and my manager, because we both wanted to check it out to see how far this would go. And then they're airing Tenchi Muyo, and then they're airing Outlaw Star, and then I'm going, dude, how far are they going to take this? Are they going to go so far as to go with Sailor Moon and so on? So me and my closing supervisor, we actually stuck around the store like till 2 in the morning. Turned off all the lights, had a little sleepover at work. So that's how my Toonami night went. The Toonami comeback, the Toonami April Fool's joke has been the best thing for me in a while. Well, first of all, this has been the best thing for my YouTube channel in a long time. My YouTube channel has just been sad the past couple of months, and that's totally my fault. Saying I'm going to upload something, saying I got projects coming, saying I got reviews coming, and then I don't upload them. So my ratings just skyrocketed as a result of all this, and I've gotten a ton of new subscribers, and I just want to thank all my new subscribers, and please check out some of my older reviews, check out my older videos on Toonami, and my older videos on anime reviews, if you can find them. There might be some videos that are missing or blocked because of copyright stuff, and I should have some links uploaded to where you can see that on, say, Blip TV or wherever. But here's the thing. Last week was an absolutely fantastic week, anime-wise, because I've been meaning to tell you guys this for a while. Ever since my Japan trip was canceled last year, in fact, this marks the 1-year anniversary of the Japanese tsunami, and that was also, as for those of you who don't know, I was supposed to go to Japan on March 14th, 2011, 3 days after the tsunami happened. Obviously, I couldn't go. And the reason why I was going is because I was an avid anime fan. I wanted to go to Akihabara. I wanted to see all the cat cafes and so on. But when the tsunami happened, I'll be honest with you, I felt kind of selfish. I felt like, gosh, I mean, 20,000 people are dead. The country's devastated, and I wanted to go over cartoons. So I felt like crap over that. And I'm not going to lie to you, the Japanese tsunami actually almost killed my anime fandom. I went to an anime con shortly after that and didn't feel the love or that passion I felt years earlier. And it's kind of embarrassing saying this, but especially since this YouTube channel is supposed to be primarily dedicated to anime, I've been meaning to tell you guys this. I was really worried if my anime fandom was dying again. I've already told you this. Sometimes my anime fandom has phases. My anime fandom almost died after the Majin Buu saga. They'll show you my worst anime villains. I told you Majin Buu killed Dragon Ball Z for me, and I almost quit anime because of that. So my anime fandoms had phases, and last year, especially the end of last year, my fandom was just on the fritz again. To the point that I even watched an anime movie a few months ago. I don't remember the title, but I'd never seen it before, and it was kind of a silly anime movie, and I was asking myself, why am I even watching this? So I was about to do a YouTube video telling you guys that I was probably going to move on to other things and other topics like politics or what's on my mind, and I was going to talk about more casino stuff because I've really turned that into a hobby. I've turned that from a hobby into kind of an athletic thing. In case you haven't been noticing, I've been going to a lot of poker tournaments and a lot of gambling events. I've been in 3-card poker tournaments, and I wanted to tell you guys, well, last year, I actually had my best year ever. I had more wins than losses, trip-wise, and I found a system that I have controlled losses and even good wins on. So I've been more obsessed with Texas Hold'em these past few months than anime. And I was trying to tell you guys that, but it was kind of awkward to mention it. I still wanted to, talk about hentai and whatever, but I felt I wanted to go into more adult areas because I felt I was starting to get old. And I already showed you a video of that last year. So I have to tell you guys this. When Toonami came back on Saturday night on April 1st, it's amazing how much of a small thing can do a massive amount. There's a movie I saw years ago that actually made me cry, and it's a movie by Tim Burton. And this is probably Tim Burton's most underrated movie. Everybody knows about The Nightmare Before Christmas. Everybody knows about Batman. And of course, everybody knows about Mars Attacks. But Tim Burton's most beautiful movie of all time, in my opinion, is actually a movie called Big Fish. First of all, that movie made me cry because it made me think of my dad. He's still with us. I mean, he's not dead, but I told my dad that I'm showing a scene from Big Fish at his funeral. The line from Big Fish goes like this: have you ever heard a joke so many times that you wondered why it was funny in the first place? And then one day you hear it again, and it's new. That would describe what happened to me on April 1st. Just when I almost quit anime cold turkey again. Just when I thought my anime fandom was on the fritz, and I thought, well, I'm almost 30, I guess it's time for me to quit anime. I guess I'm too old for this now. The last week has disproven that. I have watched more anime in the last week than I have all year long. And me feeling sorry for myself and upset about the tsunami and whatnot has gone away. Like I said, I have just been obsessed with Toonami the last week. I found all my old Toonami music, and I've just been listening to that nonstop, just going down an insane memory lane for myself. And something else happened. Everybody's been pestering me to check out Toonami Aftermath, and at first I kind of frowned on that, because, I've been trying to tell you guys to buy more anime to support the industry, but yeah, I'm hooked to Toonami Aftermath now. Although I would ask Aftermath to please discontinue if Toonami is put back up. Well, let's keep airing Ranma 1/2, though. So, the Toonami April Fool's joke has single-handedly saved my anime yet again. But you know what? That's also the fun thing, because like I said, when my anime fandom goes in phases, where I'll be into it and then I'll kind of die off for a while, what the best part is that every time I get back into it, it's always refreshing and new again. It's kind of like being on a diet. Like, you go the longest time without eating ice cream and cake, but so the next time you do eat ice cream and cake, it's like you're having a freaking orgasm. Now then, for my opinion about everything. Do I think this is real? Now, I was in Nevada again. As I'll show you, and I was disappointed to see that Toonami was not gonna be on Saturday. I'll be honest. And you all know this. We all tuned in Saturday night to see if Toonami would come back on April 8th, which it obviously didn't. And I was kind of bummed by that too, because I actually thought we had a 50-50 chance there. So in my next video, I am going to talk about my suggestions. Now, here's what I've been waiting. Here's what I've been waiting 10 days to tell you guys. Here is what has shocked me about Toonami's return. Is it me, or did they see one of my previous videos? Because remember, I made a video about this a year and a half ago, and for the record, it's one of the videos that has severely gained ratings lately. I made a video called Top 5 Pieces of Advice for Adult Swim, and my number one advice was bring back Toonami. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, I said that tongue-in-cheek, and just out of random, I didn't actually think they'd do it. I thought at best we might get some more anime in the Adult Swim block, but I never would have guessed or bet that they'd actually bring Toonami back. But here was the insane thing. They even took another suggestion I mentioned. I mentioned that us Toonami fans are older than we were, we're more mature than we were, so they need to make Toonami age. And what did Tom do on April 1st? He swore, he said kick ass and bitches. He aged along with us. I have a message for Adult Swim. Did you watch my video on top 5 pieces of advice for Adult Swim? Because that's what I said. I said that if you bring Toonami back, you should make Tom age. You should make it more adult.
He's got 99 problems. And these bitches are the main one.
Let's go!
Excuse me, ladies. Never mind.
Tenchi Muyo. The complete series is available on DVD now.